Do you know what Nancy Grace did? Do you know what she allowed to be published on this channel of hers? With this, whoever that little
At That Surprise Witness.
I don't give a who you could be. PD could be Mark Agnifila. You want to team up to figure out who put this fake shit out there?
Okay.
Hit me up. Happy to work with you. Hello, everybody. There's something weird going on, and we need to talk about it. And I also need to establish the record in the public evidence because, oh man, I mean, it's kind of a little bit like spooked me. Okay, let me start from what I think is the beginning. So today's Sunday, December 22nd. So 3 days ago, on December 19th, somebody commented, and I wish I had taken a screenshot. Had I known what would end up happening, let me take this off the screen. Had I known what was going to end up happening, I would have definitely taken a picture of this comment. But somebody said, I just saw your video shared somewhere, and then they said, you're about to go viral. And for some reason, when I read that comment, I was like threatened. Like it felt like a threat. And of course, on its face, it just said, you're about to go viral. So I'll try to look for that and find it one day, but there's just been so much happen. So I do want to make like a whole timeline of this story, just, for many reasons, but it is a little bit ongoing. So I don't want to get into like all the details necessarily, but to put the long story short, between December 19th and 20th, so over that like 1 day period, but like over the span of the 2 days, many articles and videos were posted, and I would say about 7 to 10 total, to my information or belief, from what I remember. I do have a web started with some links and things like that. Now, if you're looking at it, these stop sign shape, stop signs means that I sent emails to them or otherwise, demanded that they remove the videos or the articles, and they did delete them. So the 3 red, those as of the time of the recording of this video, 1:30 p.m. Sunday, December 22nd, those are the ones that have been deleted. Also, Alex Spiro and Laura Wasser, 2 attorneys, I did email them as well. He's Jay-Z's lawyer, and this one is somebody told me in the comments that is J-Lo's lawyer. So basically what had happened, the long story short, I posted a video probably like on about the 18th, the night of the 18th. I posted a video and I was reading a declaration that was filed in court by Alex Spiro. The declaration was in support of Jay-Z trying to get this lawsuit dismissed against him in the Jane Doe versus P. Diddy and Jay-Z lawsuit. So Alex Spiro puts forth this declaration. Now, this is the day or a couple days, sometime like within a short amount of time, could have been the next day. I don't know. I'm not looking at the timeline. It doesn't matter right now. I'm going to get into the timeline one day on a video, but for the purposes of this video, at the time that Alex Spiro files this public declaration in federal court on the behalf of his client, Jay-Z, to dismiss a case against him, by the time he files that document, he's already appeared publicly at a press conference, which was widely disseminated. Now, I have not seen this press conference. I have not had the time to sit down and watch it because I've been busy doing other stuff. If I seem like worked up a little bit, I kind of am. And you're going to see why. But it was like insidious and terrifying what transpired and how fast they tried to spread some fake, false, literally defamatory stuff, not only about me, but about J-Lo, and blaming it on me, saying, well, it was BJ Investigates who started these rumors. BJ Investigates wasn't even where the video was even posted that they were quoting. And then the video that they were trying to quote and cite did not support the false allegations they were making. So basically these articles come out and they're basically, I mean, they're explicitly blaming me for igniting a media frenzy. What? Blaming me. And a lot of these articles, look, here's the web, have verbatim exactly the same things as each other. They rely on each other. Like this, for example, the Daily Motion article, the Daily Motion video. It's actually just a repost of this What's Trending video. And then there's this Music Times article, which also depends on another one of these. So they're all kind of quoting each other. They're using the same titles as each other, right? But it's fast and it's quick. And not only is it fast and it's quick, not only is it false, but it's making allegations against me, making it seem like I ignited a media frenzy that didn't exist. It didn't exist. In the video that these handful of articles were purporting to rely on to make false allegations, in my very video, there is a court document on the screen edited in. I edited it in on purpose so that people can see what I am reading from. And it's that declaration from Alex Spiro. I'm reading it, right? It says something about Jennifer Lopez. All right. Now I did a control find eventually. There's nothing about Celebrity B at all in this lawsuit. Why am I looking for Celebrity B? You might be wondering. Well, when the lawsuit was originally filed by this Jane Doe, and it's a Busby lawsuit, when it was originally filed by the Jane Doe, she sues Diddy, right? But in the story of her complaint and the laying out of what happened according to her that night, and she's the one who claims she was 13 years old, right? She says Diddy did certain things to her. I've made a video on it. I don't want to get in the details right now. She says Diddy did certain things to her, and it wasn't only Diddy, it was other people. And present and watching, and perhaps doing other stuff or whatever, but definitely named in this lawsuit, this Jane Doe names a Celebrity A and Celebrity B, okay? Anonymous, doesn't name their names. Now, this is a big deal because Busby is being accused of basically extortion. Him, Tyrone Blackburn, it seems like the other lady, Ariel Mitchell, whatever her name is, it seems like it is a tactic of some lawyers, and it might be common, I don't know, to approach somebody before they sue them and say, let's go to a mediation. Let's go to like arbitration before a private judge. And then we might be able to reach some type of conclusion outside of court. We don't have to drag your name into it. We don't have to drag anybody's name into it. Busby argues, and the people who do that tactic, they argue there's nothing wrong with that because actually it keeps a burden off of the court system. It keeps the plaintiff, the person suing, anonymous, who's alleging to be a victim. And, you know, it doesn't make them have to go out. It's cheaper. And also the defendant is anonymous. Everything's anonymous. You can sign confidentiality agreements. Probably end up spending even maybe less money in some cases. So that's what they would argue. But on the other side, they argue this is extortion. You're threatening to sue me if I don't give you money. And that's what Jay-Z is basically arguing. And he's sued. He sued Tony Busby, the lawyer, over this lawsuit in the first place. Okay. So immediately, everyone starts speculating who is Celebrity A and B. People were saying it could have been Ashton Kutcher. People were saying it could have been Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z. People were just naming any and everybody because that's what happens when you don't name the person and you just say it's a celebrity. They didn't say individual one. They said Celebrity A, not just individual. Busby didn't put in there individual one. No, he didn't put in there defendant one. No. Co-conspirator one. He named him Celebrity One or A, Celebrity A, right? Well, there's a Celebrity B. Well, everybody starts speculating, you know, who is it? Who is it? One thing leads to the next. Long story short, you end up finding out Celebrity A gets named. The lawsuit gets amended, updated in federal court by Busby. Lo and behold, the Celebrity A turns out to be Jay-Z. Immediately, everyone rushes down. Celebrity A, Celebrity B, looking. Jay-Z had been named. But there was still an anonymous Celebrity B. It still just said Celebrity B. So, of course, yet again, round two of this. Who is Celebrity B? Oh my God, if that was Jay-Z, it had to be fill in the blank. There was people claiming they were insiders, former employee, whatever you want to say. People claiming that they had proprietary secret information. Oh, I know for a fact Celebrity B is definitely fill in the blank. People were speculating, asking, I wonder if it could be Beyonce or Justin Bieber or Aaliyah. Oh, Aaliyah was alive, right? People were just speculating, which we're allowed to do. And I do think some people were actually claiming, like, no, I know, Celebrity B is definitely fill in the blank, right? And so there was different, I don't know. I'm not even sure I ever really like speculated on it, although maybe I did. I don't really like to speculate on stuff like that. But if I get more information to kind of, I don't know, put stuff together, I do start to maybe sometimes lean one way or the other. And that kind of started happening in this case. Okay. When Alex Spiro files his declaration, again, I did not watch that press conference. I still, to this day, December 22nd, I have not watched the press conference that he did, that Alex Spiro did at Rock Nation headquarters. But I am aware, I don't know if I saw a clip, a picture, or if I just heard someone talk about it, but I am aware somehow, vaguely, that Alex Spiro named Jennifer Lopez at the press conference. At the time, I did not know why he named her. It's a very vague memory of how I even found out. And the only like outline of a memory is that I do know that I knew he had mentioned Jennifer Lopez at the time that I made the video, but I do not remember how I knew because I didn't watch it. I might have saw a tweet. I couldn't tell you. I truly don't remember. I mean, I'm just taking in so much information all day on this stuff. So after that press conference, a day after, a week after, I don't know, within a few days, whatever, Alex files this declaration in court, again, in support of trying to get Jay-Z dismissed off of being part of this lawsuit. Okay. Again, I've made videos about this. I've explained the documents. Y'all can go check those out. But in this filing, on like the first or second page, Alex Spiro in my opinion, name drops Jennifer Lopez in the filing. Now, had he mentioned her previously at a press conference? Yes, he had. But I did not want to, and I still do not want to take into consideration what he said at that press conference in my video that I posted. Why? Two reasons. Number one, I didn't watch it yet. So I didn't want to mention it or rely on it because I hadn't seen it. Still to this day, I haven't seen it. B, or two, or whatever, I was reading a court document. I wanted the court document to speak for itself. I didn't want to bring in a press conference that I hadn't seen, that wasn't even being provided to the court. I just wanted to look at the court document. Okay. And that is what I did. And instead of just only relying on it and having it in my pocket or having it, on my screen off to the side, I put it up on the screen so that it was clear that the document from which I was reading verbatim was what I was basing my opinion statements upon. It was indeed clear, at least to a lot of people, because they commented as such in the affirmative on the original post and on subsequent posts that have followed. So I'm reading from this document, right? It says something about Jennifer Lopez. It says a few things about her. Some stuff's in the footnote. Again, I will read the footnote, but that's not what I was reading when I said, why is he mentioning this here? Like if I'm the judge, right? If I'm the judge and I'm sitting on my judge bench and I'm reading, I want to put my mindset there as somebody reading a court document. And I often do. I'm like, what is the judge going to think here? Because the judge is the one that has to apply the law in these cases, apply the precedents, apply the statutes, apply discretion, stuff like that. Hey, I don't know if I actually ever got around to saying this explicitly, like the judge can't go out and search for a press conference. Like the press conference, whatever's said over there is one thing. What's in the court document is another, because that's what the judge is going to be looking for and at. The judge is not even allowed to go and do that type of ex parte outside of court research. He's supposed to only, or she, any judge is only supposed to see what's presented in court and in a court filing. So that's why I was like, okay, I just want to focus on that, especially because I hadn't even seen the press conference. Okay, yeah, that. So I'm like, okay, I'm a judge. Why is Alex Spiro bringing up Jennifer Lopez here? Is it on purpose? Is it on accident? It's hard for me to believe stuff's done on accident because I know Alex Spiro is a very high profile, professional, famous, successful very well resourced attorney who works at a firm where I'm sure his stuff gets proofread. So it's like, did he accidentally? Well, if he did, which I don't know. I never claimed to know. I've literally been being gaslit. And here's the crazy thing too, y'all. They put it on the front page of the Google search results. Let me show you this crazy right here. Look at this Google search result. This is a screenshot. I don't know if this is what it looks like right now. And I don't know if it looks like this anymore. Look at the search term, Diddy Jay-Z, okay? Diddy Jay-Z. Why? This sends chills down my spine. Why? I could cry. Is it too fake, false, defamatory, incendiary, inflammatory, inaccurate, baseless, scandalous headlines? 2 of them naming me. Upon review, both headlines do not name me. So that was a misstatement. One headline names one of my channels and the other headline doesn't seem to name me, but the article does involve and concern and feature me. Look at this crazy crap. YouTuber BJ investigates. Which, let me stop you right there. Fake news before you get out the gate, slick. YouTuber BJ investigates didn't post that video that they were relying on and falsely mischaracterizing. Do you know what did? Who did? That surprise witness. And I know tomato for, the grand scheme of things. But no, we're not going to write it off that fast. Hold on. Stop. How is it? Why is it? I'm just phrasing a question and putting this crap out public because it happened. Walk yourself through each and every step. I did not post that video on BJ Investigates accounts. The video was posted on That Surprise Witness Instagram, That Surprise Witness YouTube, maybe something else, but it was That Surprise Witness Twitter, maybe.
At ThatSurpriseWitness.
It was not BJ Investigates.
She gonna find the truth. She gonna crack the case here.
No, it was not. So that means somehow BJ Investigates ended up on the first page of the search results for, quote, Diddy Jay-Z, not once, but twice, being attributed to have said something that BJ Investigates did not post. How did that happen? How did even just only that alone happen? Just you tell me. I don't know the answer. It's not a rhetorical question. How? Look at it. Let me make it bigger. Imagine my utter dismay and horror. YouTuber BJ Investigates. Oh my God. Look at this. Leaked. YouTuber BJ Investigates not only made a video, not only posted a video, no, leaked. This is first page of the search for Diddy Jay-Z. Leaked. That is obvious. Trying to misconstrue my constitutionally protected, First Amendment protected opinion statements that was not the first one to make, by the way. I was not the first person to speculate about who is Celebrity B. I was not the first person to speculate whether it could or might be J-Lo. And I haven't been the last. Many people indeed who have never heard of my name or my video have speculated as such. I can guarantee you that. But none of those people are getting blamed and accused falsely of leaking anything. How did this happen? Why did this happen? How did this happen? Y'all, it's a web. It's a web of them. Now, look, just to be clear, I'm not including these 2 in the web. I just put them up there because I wanted to put the letters and stuff I sent them. It's part of the, story. It's part of the saga because I need my documents in one place, but they're not in the web. I'm not saying they are. Here's the different articles. This one's been deleted. So Newsbreak, you go to it and this is what it looks like now. There's another one. There's a few that have been deleted and I do want to show y'all that. And I also just want to document it. The former title of this article by Sportskeeda was YouTuber claims Jay-Z's lawyer named Jennifer Lopez as Celebrity B in Jane Doe versus Diddy lawsuit, which is false statement. Maybe somebody said that, maybe a YouTuber. It wasn't me. It wasn't That Surprise Witness, and it wasn't BJ Investigates, and it wasn't Gorianna, and it wasn't BJ, and it wasn't Brittany, and it wasn't none of us over here. But yet that did not stop them from putting this false article up, exposing me to harm, financial, reputational, personal, professional, and otherwise, including legal liability. I mean, imagine it. Imagine J-Lo's team gets wind that YouTuber BJ Investigates leaked or, quote, claims Jay-Z's lawyer named Jennifer. No, I didn't. No, I did not. No, I did not. No, I didn't. No, I did not. Anyway, this is what the website now looks like. You click the link. So thankfully, Sportskeeda removed the false defamatory article. And then that brings me to our last and possibly the most upsetting of all. Truly. I wish I was joking. I feel like this is my Kendrick Lamar moment, you know, like you look up to somebody, you get kind of compared to them and all of that. You appreciate their art, you appreciate their presentation, you know, you were even a little bit flattered by the comparisons. To finally have somebody like that, you know, acknowledge you, and it's to be a op. It's to slander you. Now, I'm not saying that's what Wayne did, okay? Please. And if I had to pick a side, I'm from Louisiana. But I don't really want to pick a side. Y'all leave me out of it, please. Just wanted to make a little cultural moment of levity. Truly, I'm very upset about this. And it was a 1-2 punch of upset, okay? Because why? Because Nancy Grace, she posted a video. It was about 5 minutes long. 5 minutes long. It was on the 20th. The title of the video, How Did J-Lo Get Dragged into Sean Diddy Combs' Nightmare? How did J-Lo get dragged? And I don't know who the this is on right, but I intend to find out. Woo! You're going to wish you didn't do that, baby girl. Anyway. Just the disdain dripping off of these two individuals for freaking what? They come on there, and Nancy Grace, I regrettably, it was up for such a short amount of time because I pitched a hissy fit. I pitched a fit online. And when we get into the whole full saga one day, I'll read you the tweets and I'll read you what it was that got this bullshit took down. But I promise you, it wasn't alive for long. I take it very freaking seriously because this is another false accusation coming from a highly respected. I don't care what y'all think about Nancy Grace. If somebody were to try to sue me and were to say even the likes of Nancy Grace reported on this lie, a false statement I never said. What is going on? If you were to bring this to federal court and say, Your Honor, look at these 7 articles. Thank God I've got 3 removed. That will help me if I were to get sued. But if I'm J-Lo, who could blame her for wanting to sue me? Look at all of these articles claiming I made some accusation I never made, a statement I never made. Who could blame her for thinking that? I mean, I know I make fun of the fake news, and I know they lie, Chloe Malos. But this is terrifying. What the fuck? What the fuck? So the Nancy Grace clip was immediately removed. Again, I'll get into the full story of how and why and all of that later because we already running longer than I wanted to be here. I wish I had the full. It just happened so fast. Look, Nancy Grace gets views. I saw it so early, 51 minutes ago. I saw it within the first hour it was posted. I don't think it was up for another hour after that. I don't know why or how Nancy Grace ended up talking about this story at all. Okay. I am not the first person to speculate about an opinion about the identity of Celebrity B. I'm not the first person to speculate over whether it may or may not be J-Lo. I am not the first person to speculate over who it may or may not be. Actually, I remember, I ain't going to drop any names because it's not about that. But I actually remember many content creators talking about the 2000 VMAs when this lawsuit was first filed back in October, 2 months ago, pulling up pictures from the VMAs. And who were they talking about? Whose name was in all freaking caps, in the titles, in the thumbnails? J-Lo with the white bandana. Did BJ make a video? BJ Investigates or That Surprise Witness? Go find it. Go find it if I did. How did J-Lo? Nope. I might have been born at night. Baby girls, baby boys. It was not last night. How did J-Lo get dragged into Sean Diddy Combs' nightmare? Because I would like to know. How did, quote, J-Lo get dragged into Sean Diddy Combs' nightmare? I would like to know because it sure wasn't me. Do you know what Nancy Grace did? Do you know what she allowed to be published on this channel of hers? With this, whoever that little, from the looks of this nefarious PR campaign, they trying to act like it was because of me. Why? Why? I'm not surprised that I would be being reported on. Actually, you know what? That's cap. I am surprised. I don't do stuff to get reported on. Actually, if you notice, I actively clown on most traditional media sources. I'm not surprised they don't want to put me on. Obviously, if I cared about getting put on by these people, I would kiss their ass a little bit more. I don't. But that being said, I can't help but notice the facts. I can't help but notice the reality that they really very rarely put me on. So, fine. I'm starting to maybe, I don't know, get a couple more subscribers. Maybe it's because the Diddy story, I cover it. I don't know. Whatever. Fine. Maybe that's good faith. But how in the hell did the story, I think 7 out of the 8 articles I saw had false statements in the title alone. False allegations, accusations about me, about J-Lo, about Alex Spiro. Let me just pull up the web. I'll go through the little notes here. Well, actually, no, let me not. I got to finish something about our girl Nancy. It's really, honestly, it's the worst part of the whole thing. It's the worst part of the whole thing. It really, I'm experiencing at least 3 different emotions, all at the same time. It's very confusing and it's overwhelming. I feel bamboozled, set up, betrayed. Those aren't emotions, right? But those are some of the, sensations or perceptions I'm feeling. This feels like a setup. I'm sorry. Every single one of these articles falsely attributes statements to BJ Investigates that were never posted by BJ Investigates on the BJ Investigates account. So how did that happen? Every one of them falsely attributes a claim to me or a leak, a revelation, a legal clue. I think one of them was even like, she's a former attorney, like trying to boost my credibility or something. One of them, Daily Motion, which will not remove the video, has down in the description box, defense attorneys agree no celebrity would want to be associated with this case. And even if I had said, I think Celebrity B is J-Lo, and I think it's her based on Alex Spiro's words, behaviors, conduct, and action. That's allowed. There's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't even do that. I made an obvious joke about how maybe Alex Spiro obviously needs to take less clients. I think he might.
I think that Alex Spiro might need to calm down and take on less clients because I'm pretty sure he just accidentally exposed who Celebrity B is in the Jane Doe lawsuit against Diddy and Jay-Z. Remember how it was being said about Celebrity B? Who's the female Celebrity B? People were speculating it was J-Lo, maybe it was Aaliyah, maybe it was Beyonce, maybe it was whoever. I'm reading this lawsuit filing that Alex Spiro filed earlier today trying to get the Jay-Z lawsuit dismissed. And I'm going to do a whole live about it or maybe just a video or whatever. But y'all, look at what it says. Mr. Combs and Miss Jennifer Lopez were both at Lotus and Twirl. Why are we talking about Jennifer Lopez? This is a lawsuit against Diddy and Sean Carter. Maybe he needs to calm down and stop taking on so many clients because I think that maybe was supposed to be redacted.
Like, come on, y'all, please. It's like, do y'all see what people put in their titles out here? They are people accusing people of fraud, scam. I never do that stuff. There's people out here I have personal reasons not to like. I would never make up a lie. I would never make a claim. And if I want to say I think something, I'll just say I think it for the most part. But to be honest, like this type of treatment has got me in a position where it's like, are we allowed to talk? It seems like some people are. What the fuck? Like, I just keep thinking about it like if I'm J-Lo. Which it's not lost on me as a Lou Taylor client, by the way. You don't think they're chomping at the bit to sue me? To jump on some fake bullshit like this? No, I do not consent. And I never did. Do you know what Nancy Grace did? Do you know what she allowed to be published on this channel of hers? With this, whoever that little... You know what Nancy did? She made the same false, egregious, in my opinion, kind of spiteful, factual allegations against me as statements of fact. As you will see, I commented on this video 0 seconds ago. You know, at the time I took the screenshot. You misquoted me, Nancy. I never said, and look, I didn't have time to freaking do the spell check. I said he, I meant she, J-Lo. I was just so anxious and eager to correct the record, the false statements, that I didn't have time to do the spell check. I meant she, okay? You misquoted me, Nancy. I never said she did anything. Please see my retraction demands posted today. Thanks. It wasn't long after this, it was retracted. The video is gone. Then on top of that, you had YouTubers I've literally never freaking heard of in my life, and I mean plural. I ain't talking about the usuals. People who have never one time, never, people plural, many, never mentioned my name, shouted me out, reached out to me, don't follow me on no platforms. All of a sudden, several of them who fit that category, the description, what I just described, all of a sudden chose between the date of December 19th and December 20th to come forward and give me props and cred for uncovering something. And it's just such a coincidence as well that every single one of these was saying, I'm just repeating what she said. I'm just repeating what she said. No, baby boy, you wasn't. No, baby girl, y'all wasn't. And I did say this on Twitter. And listen, look, I don't want any beef. I truly don't. In my opinion, it's us versus them. In my opinion, it's us on YouTube versus the ones that clearly are targeting us. But I'm loyal and I stick to this team. Unfortunately, it's like modern day warfare out here. You don't know who's recording you, who's got pictures, who's going to leak a chat, who's going to call the police on you for fun, for a video. It's crazy. This isn't normal. Okay? It's not normal. It feels like warfare. Somebody didn't tell him. Let me tell you, I already said it on Twitter. Again, I don't want no beef. I don't. Truly, I don't. There's even people out here who have been mean and hateful to me. We make up. Okay? I don't hold grudges like that. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. Not everybody's to like me either. But everybody definitely has to put the truth on my name. Because I'm not even mad. It's just a matter of fact. I'm just telling y'all. This is another of many public service announcements, public statements to the community. Anybody watching these videos, anybody reading these statements, if you have made content upon which anybody relies to sue me, meaning somebody sues me and they got a little link to your shit, I'm going to have you enjoined as a co-defendant because I'm not going to get sued over something I didn't say, over something I told you to take down, and over something you should have never put up. Okay, thank you. Now, not only did Nancy Grace disparage me, not only did she falsely attribute dragging, a physically violent word too, by the way, dragging. How did she get dragged into this? Who dragged her into this? Who dragged her? I feel bad. Like I could cry. Like in my mind, Nancy Grace is an icon. You know what I mean? She's like this don't take no shit from nobody woman from the South. I don't know where she's from, but she reminds me of my Mimi from Mississippi. And truly, since I can remember ever knowing who she is, it's like almost more like, oh yeah, she just reminds me of like, I don't know, someone that I would know, you know? And like the fact she kept her accent. Nancy Grace is an actress, y'all. If she wants to turn that accent off, she sure could. She keeps it. And I think that's so bad. And, you know, all of that. And instead of having me on her show, which would have been so cool, it just doesn't seem fair. Like, wow. Like, I talk a lot of shit, you know? Like, get me for something I did. It's scary. And it's hurtful. It's hurtful. Because I do go out of my way. Y'all, they're trying to gaslight me. Like, what is this? What is this? Then some of them won't take it down. So it's just sitting out there as free evidence, falsely accusing me of stuff. If somebody wanted to sue me and put this in a lawsuit, it doesn't look good because judges and stuff assume that the media is telling the truth, but that's a bad assumption. It's a wrong assumption. I remember being in, oh my God. I remember being I remember being in law school in this class, and there was this like Supreme Court case or whatever, and the whole decision of the case came down to a zip tie being on the floor in a Walmart, like on a busy shopping day, let's say Black Friday. There was a zip tie, and it was something that they had used to bind the magazines together at the tabloid section. One side was arguing the zip tie was on the floor all day. It had just been there all day, and Walmart was negligent for leaving it down there. And the other side was arguing, this woman is insane. Ain't no way the zip tie could have been on the floor for 8 hours. Please, it's a Walmart, for God's sake. And so in class, and predictably, Walmart wins. You know, the argument ends up standing in the, the Supreme Court passes this, adopts this theory of the case, which is that there's no way anything like that could have been on the floor in a Walmart for that long. Like somebody would have simply just picked it up. And I remember having this moment, it felt like physically something fell on top of me in class. Like gravity hit me literally. The gravity of it hit me. And I raised my hand, and I really liked this teacher too, Professor Wolf. And he, calls me whatever. And I'm like, Professor Wolf, do you think any of these Supreme Court justices ever been inside a Walmart in Bloomingdale, Texas, or whatever the city in Texas was? And like, I don't know, there's like maybe 20 or whatever people in the class, and they were kind of laughing. And then we ended up in this kind of philosophical discussion about how judges oftentimes have to make decisions on what they think the reasonable person would think. But judges are kind of almost by definition not reasonable people. I mean, they're reasonable, right? But they're not average. They're smart. They're learned. They are, hopefully, I mean, we're talking about justices, right? Like, I don't know, some of them are, I know y'all have y'all's complaints, but like you got to say they could pass a report card and stuff, so like the analysis, the fact that, the self-selecting group of the type of person that would go to law school to even understand all of that, right? I'm just thinking about a judge like that, right? Reading that something was published in What's Trending. I mean, come to think of it, what in the fuck is that? Have y'all ever even heard of that? I haven't. Sportkita. What the fuck is that? Some company based in India had to literally email the CEO lives in India to get the shit took down. Now they did take it down. But Express Tribune, based in Pakistan, they have not emailed me back. So you look, you bring that as an exhibit to a judge. Nancy Grace talked about it. It was on the front page on 2 spots when you search Diddy Jay-Z. Yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence, because it was a fake, false story, both of them. And one of them right there in the headline talking about BJ Investigates said something BJ Investigates didn't say. And then attributing statements that weren't even said at all. Tell me why Nancy Grace sat right here on this platform. It's I can't even get it out. She allowed whoever the fuck this op is, this witch, I rebuke, I condemn, I send it and I return it back to you and all the rest, baby girl. There ain't a crystal, there ain't a moonstone that's going to be able to help you. I ain't going to have to do nothing. But this thing tells Nancy Grace, I'm the reason. Despite the fact that for 2 months, people have been talking about J-Lo being at this party, this girl falsely accused me. And not only did these two similarly play the clip and rely on it to claim I made statements I didn't make, they took it a step further. This is why I'm so upset. Y'all about to find out 50 minutes into recording. Nancy Grace took it a step further. Do y'all know she clipped out? And when I'm saying she, I'm saying whoever edited this. I actually seriously doubt Nancy Marie Grace sits down there and edits. I bet you it was this thing right here. I mean, that's what it's being presented as. And what the fuck I rebuke. I rebuke. I rebuke. Return to sender. Because no, ma'am, not me. Wrong one. Pick again. Not me. Not it. But this bitch sat here and told Nancy Grace that I'm the reason this gossip was going on, even though that was false. And Nancy and this clipped out. I want to say I can't believe it, but I can, but it's still just so astonishing, shocking, and hurtful. This one actually hurts. They clipped out. They clipped out where I'm reading from the court document, and they just don't mention where I was getting the information from. They just don't mention the fact I was reading directly from a public, federally filed court document for a high-profile, public, current, ongoing case involving billionaire celebrities. They do not mention, they recklessly disregard the truth that I relied and showed and read verbatim from a federal court document filed the day before by a high-profile celebrity attorney in a federal. They just ignored that. And they played this portion of the clip. Nancy looked like she was so confused. She's like, so that surprise witness.
That is from @ThatSurpriseWitness. Okay.
She said this. She's the reason why Jennifer Lopez got brought into. No, the fuck I am not, you insane psycho bitch. What the fuck? They just deleted the whole part of the video with the court filing. And then it reminded me of something I had seen just one day earlier. Now, I'm showing on screen the source of the information. Take it with a grain of salt. Consider the source. I'm not expressly stating any opinion on this. Actually, yes, I am. There's a couple I am expressly stating. Here's one. This is obviously a PR campaign meant to spread false information, not only about me, but seemingly about Jennifer Lopez. These articles say things like, BJ investigates, uncovers secret legal clue. Secret legal clue? This is a public court. What's the secret legal clue? I was reading directly from a court document that was public and filed over a day ago at the time. It was filed the day before. There was no uncovers. What the Jennifer Lopez dragged into disgraced Diddy RAPE. This before I ever posted my shit. Look at that timeline. Ha! Look at that timeline. Nancy Grace should be ashamed of herself. That is like the same exact quote word from her title. Dragged into the Diddy nightmare? Oh my God. Y'all, my video, I didn't post it till the 18th. I obviously know. I already knew. There was reporting on this before me. That's what I opened the video with. But I am flabbergasted and beside myself that there was an IMDb article, which is considered to be a reputable entertainment news source, considered to be 6 or 7 days, almost a week week before I posted my video that they blaming I started the media frenzy, right? If you look at Nancy Grace, I'm sorry. I know this is taking a long time. Y'all can leave. This is my evidence. Look at this. This was posted on the 20th. On the 20th. How did J-Lo get dragged into Sean Diddy Combs' nightmare? It's almost like they had this PR stunt set up for whoever it was they could pin it on. For whoever the fuck it was they could pin it on. Who's the they? I don't know. I don't know that Nancy Grace is in on this. I don't know who's in on this. I don't. That's why I said the only thing I'm willing to say for sure, this is some type of setup. This is some type of orchestrated, intentional false information campaign targeting not only me, but also Jennifer Lopez and vaguely also Alex Spiro. Days before Nancy Grace's video, wherein she alleges in the video that my video, again, misleadingly clipped, she blames my video she blames with this witch in training from the coven they picked up. I know some of y'all are witches. I ain't talking about y'all good ones, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Look at this demon. Return to sender too. I don't consent. Ting. 6 days before, these two falsely defamed me, saying my little clip of a video that they misleadingly clipped and edited and put up publicly, widely disseminated, thousands of people saw. Also making false statements seemingly about J-Lo. Because it's like now y'all are saying she got dragged into it all of a sudden. Why y'all weren't saying that 2 months ago when she was dragged into it? Why? Why all of a sudden now? Because if you've really been following this story, you know that J-Lo didn't just get dragged in. And in fact, and indeed, 6 days before Nancy Grace's false allegation that I'm somehow the one that dragged J-Lo into some shit and lying ass bitch, there was IMDb already reporting that J-Lo had already been dragged into it. Now, what's very interesting to me is the timeline, because my one didn't get published till about the 18th. So almost a week before my shit got published, and over a week before Nancy Grace falsely accused me, publicly falsely accused me of dragging J-Lo into some shit I did not. IMDb's already reporting that J-Lo had been dragged into the scandal. So I want to know why Nancy Grace didn't cite whatever the that was. 2 articles they talking about. 2 articles they talking about making J-Lo the celebrity B. This is 6 days before my video came out. So how on the hell in the open air upside down clown prison, Nancy Ann Grace and sidekick, could it have been me that dragged her into it? If she had, by definition, according to IMDb, already been dragged into it. 6 days before my video came out, how could it have been me? If she was already dragged into it, then these two cows misleadingly clipped my shit. Clipped it. Left out the court document. Just left it out. It's sick. I don't consent. Return to sender. And if anybody's lawyer is watching this, yes, I am. I don't give a shit who you could be. PD could be Mark Agnifilo. You want to team up to figure out who put this fake shit out there? Hit me up. Happy to work with you. I got one boss, it's the Lord, and truth is his name. This is insidious. It's sick. And quite frankly, it's foreign interference with political processes, with civil litigation, with criminal investigations. What are these foreign-based newspapers so concerned about what BJ Investigates said about, but not concerned enough to go ahead and make sure that's actually who posted it? Huh? What's really going on here? What's really going on here? I ain't about to play this okey doke with y'all. No. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. because I've written about 7, 10 demand letters, and we're going to read every single one of them, and they're all posted. Go to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram. That's Surprise Witness. Go to my Twitter. Go to my X. Go to whatever they call it over there now. Go to my community posts. The retraction demands are all up. If you are a YouTuber, a content creator, a news source, if you are Harvey Levin, if you are TMZ, if I get sued over some lies you republished in your on your about me and on my name, you will be enjoined as a co-defendant in the action, thereby probably pulling it up to federal court wherever it is. I do not want to go to court, and I do not have any intention to sue anybody. I do not truly want anybody to have to retract any of their statements. But there was some fake, false, lies, news articles going around, and still some are, pending retraction, that some people took it and ran with it and maybe did repeat some of the false statements. So just no harm, whatever, just take it down. Because if I get sued and they say it was viral, it's spread far and wide, that Celebrity B was J-Lo, I promise you, you can literally go to the casinos and place a bet on it. Your name is going to be right under mine as a defendant, because I ain't getting sued over some bullshit lies. No, I'm not. If it's a gray area to you, whether you think it's a bullshit lie or not, ask yourself if you're willing to get sued over it. Because if I get sued over it and they put in your little link to your little shit right there, you getting your name put. Quick. Facts ain't defamation. I don't know who Celebrity B is, and I never said I did.
That is from @ThatSurpriseWitness. Okay.
Welcome into my world, you're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and they're fitting off of my knee. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof, inflame. Kids these days so shameless, selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though, I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen ukulele ballager. Shots been fired, wanna tell that, say it to my face though. Now behind my back, won't be long till you share it in the group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. That's Vigo, how it all turned out. When you try to use my